Once upon a time there lived a young boy named Jack who loved candy more than anything in the world. Every day after school, Jack would stop by the candy shop in town and pick out his favorite sweets, gumdrops, lollipops, chocolate bars, and gummy worms. He had such an insatiable sweet tooth that no matter how much candy he ate, he always wanted more. One day, as Jack was browsing the shelves of the candy shop, he noticed a strange-looking lollipop that he had never seen before. It had a long twisted handle that was striped with all the colors of the rainbow. The lollipop itself was swirled with exotic patterns and shone like a precious jewel. Jack picked it up to examine it more closely. As soon as he touched it, the lollipop began to glow and vibrate in his hands. Jack was so surprised that he nearly dropped it. But as he held it tightly, the lollipop let out a high-pitched whistle, and suddenly everything around Jack swirled into a blur of color and light. After a few moments, the blurriness faded away and Jack found himself somewhere completely new. There were lollipop trees, candy cane fences, and rivers flowing with melted chocolate. The roads were paved with graham crackers and the hills were made of fluffy marshmallows. The sky was bright blue rock candy and the clouds were cotton candy. Everything as far as the eye could see was made of candy, chocolate, and other delicious sweets. Is this place for real? Jack wondered in disbelief. Just then, a passing chocolate bunny turned to Jack and said, "Welcome to Candy World." Jack could hardly contain his excitement. This was a dream come true. He immediately started exploring Candy World, sampling everything in sight. He plucked a gumdrop off a tree and popped it in his mouth. It was the most delicious gumdrop he had ever tasted. The lollipop flowers tasted like fruity circus candy, and the chocolate dirt was smooth and rich. Jack frolicked through fields of jelly beans, snacked on rock candy crystals, and took a swim in the caramel lake. There were endless candy creations to enjoy. After delighting in the sugary splendors of Candy World, Jack came upon a magnificent palace made completely of ornate gingerbread. He followed a path made of rainbow sprinkles that led to the front gates, which swung open as he approached. Inside the palace everything was decorated with intricate icing details and confectionery craftsmanship. In the throne room sat King Candy, the wise ruler of Candy World. The king invited Jack to join him for a great candy feast. Servants brought out platter after platter of delightful candy cuisine. There were stacks of peppermint pancakes drizzled with syrup, ice cream sundaes topped with whipped cream and cherries, and candied apples of every flavor. Jack's taste buds were overwhelmed with joy as he gobbled up the delicious spread. For dessert there were cakes, pies, eclairs, and cookies in flavors like chocolate salted caramel, raspberry cheesecake, and snickerdoodle. By the end, Jack's stomach felt like it would burst from enjoying so many sweets. After the scrumptious meal, King Candy took Jack on a tour of the palace. They explored candy-filled chambers like the jelly bean room, the marshmallow maze, and the gumball gallery. Jack loved seeing all the unique candy inventions. His favorite was a magical taffy stretching room where one piece of taffy became long enough for 10 people to chew on at once. The king explained how the candy citizens lived in harmony in the sugary kingdom. As the sun began to set over Candy World, turning the sky a swirly shade of strawberry and orange sherbet, King Candy presented Jack with a bag full of sweet souvenirs like rock candy crystals, chocolate coins, and fruit gushers. "Eat these when you are missing Candy World," said the king. "They will remind you of the magic of this place." Jack thanked the king profusely for the glorious candy adventure. Then in a poof, Jack magically swirled back home just as quickly as he had arrived. Back in his own room, Jack wondered if it had all been a dream. But the bag of souvenirs from King Candy assured him it had been real. From that day forward, whenever Jack needed a pick-me-up, he would eat one of the Candy World treats and relive the memories in his mind. He would never forget the magnificent journey to the land where nearly everything was made of delectable candy and sweets. It remained Jack's favorite adventure of all time.